Hello, future nurses. Okay, I've got another conversion example for you here. And this one uses the big G or kingdom of gallon. And the question it's asking here is how many ounces are in 8¼ pints? So a couple new things here. One, we're going to have to use 2 steps for the conversion. And second, we've got a fraction in our given. If you've already looked at the fraction videos, then you know how to convert a fraction into a decimal. And just like with adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing fractions, using decimals with fractions is going to make the math easier on these problems as well. Okay, just like in other conversion problems and also in word problems, we're going to start by writing what we're given. So in this case, we are given 8¼ pints. And we're trying to find how many ounces is that. So we need our conversion factor. So for that, we're going to go to our big G, which we can find easily because we've already written it down on our scratch paper. And so in this case, we have pints and we have ounces. So pints, of course, are P's. And so we're just going to zoom in on a single P here. And so inside that, we know that 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. And even though cups aren't what we're looking for, we're going to write that down because we're going to need to use that. So we know that 1 pint equals 2 cups. And then below this, we've always been writing 1 cup equals 8 ounces. That came from each cat needs to drink 8 ounces of water. That's the other part that we need. So we don't have a picture here that takes us directly from pints to ounces, but we can go from pints to cups and cups to ounces, and that works just as well. It's just one more little step when we're doing the math. So now we're going to write 1 cup equals 8 ounces. Next step, as always, is going to be to draw our grid. Make it take up a little more space. You can always add to this when you realize you need more space, but I know because we have 2 steps in the conversion that I'm going to need 1 more space in my grid. And you'll see how we're going to use that. So as always, the upper left corner gets our given, and our given is 8¼ pints. So one quick thing that I want to do before I put that in there is to put that into my calculator and make it a decimal. So that's going to be 1 divided by 4 plus 8, and that's going to give me 8.25. And it's still pints, so 8.25, and I'm going to abbreviate that PT, which is an abbreviation for pint, to take up less space. Okay, so now whatever has pints in it, in this case we have, that's our given. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. Those are all the same. And now we want to find somewhere else that we've written pints and what pints are equal to. So we've got 1 pint here, and so that's going to go down here in the diagonally 1 to the left. So that is 1 pint. We're going to always write it with whatever number is written next to it in our conversion. So 1 pint. And then directly above that is whatever that is equal to, which is 2 cups. So 2 cups goes up here, 2 cups. Now we have to do the same thing again. We have to go down one diagonally down to the right again and put in something with cups. We've got another thing with cups in it here, and that is going to go here, 1 cup. Okay, so do you see what we're doing here? Every time we write something in one box, then we want to write something with the same unit down one to the right. And every time we write something that's down one to the right, directly above it is what it's equal to. So now what is 1 cup equal to? It's equal to 8 ounces. So we're going to put that here in our final box, and in the end we'll know that it's our final box because everything except for the unit that we're trying to find is going to cancel. Okay, so now we're going to look at what we have in our various boxes. So anytime we have something on the top and the same thing on the bottom, the words, the units cancel. So pint is here and it's here, so it cancels. Cup is here and it's here, so it cancels. So we've canceled all of our units except for ounces, and ounces is what we're looking for. So we're in good shape here. So now we can do the calculation itself. Now I'm going to write out the calculation starting with everything that's on the top. 8.25. And every time they're next to each other, that means we're going to multiply. Times 2 times 8. So that's everything that goes on the top. And then on the bottom, in this case, we just have ones. So we can write in there 1 times 1 so that we know we're not forgetting a step, but that is going to cancel itself out as well. And so now, because it's in decimal form, you can put that into your calculator. So 8.25 times 2 times 8 equals 132. And don't forget the units that we are going to, which are ounces.